So you guys, are you fed up of manifesting a guy after the other, thinking that you found the one, and then something goes wrong, you get ghosted, doesn't text you, you enter manifesting a specific person, and things just never, ever settle down for good? Are you fed up with this? Well, this is the video for you in order to understand not only how to manifest your ideal relationship, but to keep it. Just keep on watching. Hello, you guys. My name is Nea, and on this channel, we talk about manifestation, quantum physics, and so much more. And on Patreon, I do make weekly extra video. DM coaching is also down below. Now, before I start today's video, very briefly, I just want to say that this video, it's not going to be just about manifestation in and of itself, but I do want to give you some practical advice for dating and also to keep your relationship and to find a good man. And I'm talking about men specifically because I want this video to be tailor-made for women, but that doesn't mean necessarily that if you are a man, you cannot watch this video. You can totally watch this video and apply the same kind of advice. But of course, everything that I say comes from my personal experience. As I am a woman, I'm gonna talk with other women. And also the reason is this. The other day, I was on TikTok and I got shocked because I never go on TikTok. I don't really have a huge social media presence. I barely go on Instagram these days, and TikTok, like, I never ever watch. I will get to the point, don't worry. But anyway, I was on TikTok and I started to enter this rabbit hole of women ranting out all their frustration towards men and how they should behave and what other girls especially they should do if they want to find a high value man or simply a man in general. And I grew up with a man, okay? I didn't grow up with a mother at all. I grew up essentially with a man, and I know pretty well how men, and good men especially, think like. And yes, we're gonna talk about manifestation in a second, but like, girls, we need to talk. We really need to talk, especially more in the Western society. We need to talk about the way you girls carry yourself, because it has a lot to do with manifestation as well and self-concept. Neville Goddard used to say, there is no one to change but self. And guys, girls actually, let's talk about this. You can manifest very easily an ideal partner just by doing the love list, just by doing the affirmation. But how many times did it happen to you, or many times I hear it from my clients and from people in general, that you did all correctly, all of a sudden you meet an ideal guy, it manifests into your life, and then you're not able to keep it because somehow, some way, either he's ghosting you, something happens, something goes wrong. Now, I'm not talking about toxic people or abusive people. This video is not tailor-made. Let's say that you have manifested someone that is verbally abusing you, physically abusing you. That it's obviously a person that you shouldn't even consider, in my opinion, for a long-term relationship. We are talking about you manifested a decent guy that really cares about you, you guys like each other, and then something goes wrong and you don't understand why, and you are again in a loop of search of your ideal person. Now, and the TikTok videos really help me understand this. First and foremost, do the manifestation, but yet again, become the person you are when you are going to be married. Become the wife. Because for example, many girls have the dream of getting married or having some sort of higher commitment, even if it's not marriage. And what I say to all my clients is become wifey. Is as simple as that. Because let's say that you are manifesting someone and you meet them, but your behavior, action, and thoughts are the same that you had in the past with those previous relationships where it didn't work out. And I know that some of you are going to be triggered by this video and they're going to comment, yeah, but they were treating me wrong, and then this has happened and this has happened. Yeah, but you participated into the relationship too. You cannot always blame outside circumstances, and you cannot not always blame the guy. And yes, I know that probably you have been in some horrible relationship, but this is not a reason to not take accountability for your actions and thoughts. It is really time that you take responsibility for the way you carry yourself, for the way you present yourself, for the way you speak, the way you think, because this also contributes to the manifestation. And no, this is not a limiting belief. Is hand in hand with self-concept. But self-concept, when it comes down to relationship, is not just affirming I am beautiful, I am amazing, I'm a bad boss bitch, and all this crap. Sorry to say, it has nothing to say with this. Now, do the affirmation I am beautiful, I am confident, of course, if you don't feel good with your body. However, I really do believe, guys, that also in manifestation, we have to bring some common sense and some practical step-to-step information in order to find a good guy and to stay with that good guy. And it really has a lot to do not only with the affirmation that we do and the self-concept, but acting on that self-concept and really behaving like the person that we want to be. That is why I entitled the video, "The New Version of You Lives in Your Ideal Relationship." You cannot carry the baggages, the past trauma, and all the way you used to behave in the past in relationship that went wrong to the new relationship. You cannot do that because that contradicts your dream reality. That contradicts the new version of you that even in the multiverse lives already the reality that you want. So do you want a higher commitment? Do you want to get married? Then become wifey. This is something that my dad told me when I was a kid. If you want to be with a man, with a decent, good guy, you need to behave and act in a certain way. And yes, now we're not going to talk about that much about manifestation because I explained to you a little bit the background. We're going to talk about practical example because girls to girls, woman to woman, I believe that more women should step up and say the truth about relationship and finding a healthy partner. And on TikTok and what you guys see on social media really doesn't describe or doesn't portray a good advice for so many women out there that want to find commitment. That's my personal opinion. Of course, you don't have to take it if you don't resonate with me. But typically, and I don't have the videos here with me, even for, I mean, I don't want to put other people that I don't know online on my videos because I don't think it's nice and I don't want to bash or judge anyone necessarily. But the videos, the general content that I found from women advising other women how to date was very toxic and very unhealthy. Advices such as no good guys, good guys are just not available anymore in the world. That's not true. Girls, you need to stop saying this to yourself. First and foremost, from a manifestation point of view, if you keep saying, I never date good men are not out there, good men don't exist, your reality is a mirror and it's gonna show you that you're perfectly correct. Everything that you say, guys, you are correct. There is truth to support, there is evidence, to support every truth. So the first thing that you have to change in terms of belief is saying this, and stop watching this content from people saying these things because it's untrue. There are plenty of good men out there that really want commitment, that really want to be with you, they want to be a provider, and they want to make you feel like a queen. So there are, and probably they're even in your friend zone and you don't even consider them. And we're going to discuss also in this video, sorry for the video being too long, but I really want to cover everything on this video only. So first and foremost, to stop saying that good men are not out there. There are. There are plenty of good men in the world. It's not true that they're all abusive or toxic. It's not true that they only want to take you for a ride. Let's put it classically, in a classy way, in this way. It's really not true. But you need to be open to the good man and you need to change that belief system first. And are there men out there in the world that are just interested into to taking you for a ride or play with you? Absolutely, there are. But a smart woman, and a woman that has true value in herself, knows how to distinguish those kind of men and just say politely to them, no thank you, and instead dating the right guys. That's what you got to do, and that's your job as a woman. Now, other things that I heard from these TikToks, which were Western based for the most part, were things such as, oh, you know, if he's not tall in this way, I won't date him. Or if he doesn't have a nice car, if he doesn't have a six pack, if he's not like, you know, I heard this TikTok where this girl was saying, like, she was very, very aggressive, and she was like, I don't do walks. I don't do coffee. I don't do this kind of date. You're gonna take me to dinner and you're going to do this, this, and that, and you're gonna buy me gift. Like, girls, this sort of attitude is really, really intimidating, and it's not sexy, it's not classy, and really doesn't attract good men on your side, because comes from a lack mentality, comes from a mentality of a person that is valuing another human being, not just a man, as an object in order, or is objectifying this man in order to get a certain behavior. Saying online that you don't find a boyfriend, or you want to date a man that has a certain six-figure salary or that has a certain car, you live in a certain mindset. And it sounds very intimidating and very controlling. Now, let's revert this. Would you want a guy that says to you or says publicly online, I want to date a top model. I want to date a supermodel. I want this girl to be just having a six-figure outcome. I want her to take me out on dinner. I want her to do this, and that. This will sound so controlling, and you will never want to date a guy like that, hopefully. And the same, you shouldn't do either. You are meeting another human being, and you should be kind, compassionate, and listen. And I know that so many of you girls are traumatized by other experience, and you say, yeah, but I'm an empath, and I got cheated on, and I was nice to this person, but that's a past experience. And now you have the tool of manifestation in order for you to manifest a good guy. And plus, were you paying attention to the red flags when you were dating this person in the first place? Probably not, because women usually overlook red flags and they never pay attention, but that's a topic for another video. Leave the past behind and just leave this sort of advices behind. First and foremost, and then if you're asking for a man to have a certain income or to be physically attractive in a very unrealistic way, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I eating healthy? Am I looking like a top model? Am I in a certain way? Because let's be realistic over here. Let's be realistic. A lot of women really don't see themselves in a realistic way. And therefore, they shoot for such high standards and they have a fantasy when, to be honest, the way someone looks shouldn't even matter. What I think should matter are other values in a man. Does he treat you right? Is he kind? Is he compassionate? Is he providing for you, supporting you emotionally? Then the looks. That doesn't mean that you don't have to be attracted by this person, but attraction comes from so many other things and not necessarily by being a top model. You know what I'm trying to say? You can find someone extremely cute or handsome that you like, even though he doesn't have a six-pack or necessarily the height or the car that you want. Right? And plus, this sort of behavior comes as very intimidating. Now, another false belief that I heard on TikTok from these women is that you are an independent, fiery woman, and guys are so turned on by the fact that you're intimidating. No one on planet Earth is attracted to from an intimidated behavior. You're not attracted by an intimidated man, hopefully, and by a conflictual, dramatic men. You're not. And men are not attracted by high drama, intimidated women. And then your career has nothing to do with the way he perceives you. The fact that you earn a certain amount of money has nothing to do with the way he perceives you. The way he perceives you has to do with the way you behave and you carry yourself, which gets me to this other point. The majority of content that we see on social media of women hyping other women up, I am sexy, I'm a bad bitch boss, I'm this and I'm this and I'm that, comes from lack, comes from trauma. And I really do believe that before you go on dating, heal those trauma. Seriously, because it comes down to the belief system of there are no good men out there in the world, and I have to be so self-defensive and protective of myself before I go on a date. No, you don't have to protect yourself with such a harsh shield when you go on a date. You can be kind, gentle, classy, and sexy and warm to a guy, and then observing him in the way he behaves and treat you. And dating serves you to evaluate that person and whether or not he's a good man for a long-term relationship, which comes down to manifestation. You have to become the person that you want to be. You have to be the new version of you that is already in that ideal relationship. So let's do the example of wife. You have to become wifey if you want to be married, and it has nothing to do with your specific person or the person that you are dating. You have to change that state of consciousness, therefore thoughts, therefore actions and behavior, which leads me to the principle of frailing that I talked in my Patreon video that comes from reality transurfing and Vadim Zealand. Also, Florence Kovachin talks about a very similar principle. Frailing is to put away your selfish needs for 1 second, which doesn't mean you become a pushover, doesn't mean that you become a doormat, but instead of always thinking, oh, this person is not giving me this, or I need this, I need this, I need this sort of things in a man or in a relationship, you put yourself in the other person's shoes and you say, what man wants. In all these TikTok videos and social media advice to women, I never heard of one woman that asked herself, what do a man wants? What do a man needs? None of these people have ever asked this question because they're all about their needs. Now, a relationship is equal. You are equal to a man. And if you really want equality, you need to also ask yourself, what do I bring to the relationship? It's not just what they're bringing to the relationship, and become the person that you want to be. If you're bringing to a relationship, especially with a man, high drama, high maintenance, a man sees that perhaps you have sleeping around, and yes, I'm gonna say it, it's not attractive. Girls, like, let's be honest, if a man knows that you have been sleeping around with the entire football team, no judgment whatsoever, because you do you, and if you don't agree with me, you don't have to agree with me. But I've known a lot of men in my life, and I've been raising with a man. That's not attractive. It's simply not attractive because it screams low value. Would you want a man that sleeps around with everything that walks? And the comment is usually, yeah, but men do this all the time. Not really, no. They don't. There are plenty of men that don't sleep around with everything that has legs. There are plenty of men that respect themselves and they only want to date women because they want to have a genuine connection. Thinking like that, it's a limiting belief. So become the person you want to date. If you want to date a man that is committed, that loves you, that doesn't sleep around with everyone, stop acting like that either. Stop doing that. You don't need to sleep around with the entire football team to feel confident. This is common sense. Also, there is a spiritual reason why, in my opinion, having sexual interaction with so many people can really damage your aura and your energy and can leave you trauma. But that's a topic for another video because there is a spiritual reason for that, which also influence manifestation. Then again, what men wants, or what am I bringing into the relationship? Am I peaceful and serene with myself? When I go on a dating, am I genuinely asking question to this guy? Because I see so many advice on TikTok and social media of these women that are judging constantly man, like he's wearing the shoes, or who cares what shoes he's wearing? Who Who cares how he dresses? Are you really asking questions that are going to make you evaluate whether or not he's interested in you and is serious in taking a commitment? You're judging the wrong things. It does not matter what shoes he's wearing. The sort of question that you should ask when you go on a date are things like, asking genuine question about him, like what do you do even as a living, but not because you're a gold digger, but because you want, sorry for the expression gold digger, not because you're interested in his assets, but you want to know, does he have a job? Can he support himself? And it's not about money. When a man or even a woman has a job, it goes without saying that they wake up in the morning, they work hard, they have some goals for themselves, they have ambition, they have something to think about, and they probably are more balanced than someone that perhaps doesn't even have a job. It's not for the money, it's for the state of mind. Then you should ask a question such as, what are your passions? What are your hobby? Just honestly show that you're not just pretty and they are coming to a date like a freaking examination because you're a bad boss bitch and you're intimidating the hell out of them. Just go nicely, classy, care about yourself. Don't put tons of makeup on. Be natural, easygoing, and just ask them questions because you're genuinely interested in them, and they answer you back possibly with other questions also genuinely interested in you. So for example, if you're doing all of this already and instead you're meeting men that are not genuinely interested in asking you things and they're only talking about themselves, well, date again. Don't sleep around, but you are definitely date again until you find a guy that replies and is reciprocate, and you can tell by the way he's speaking that he's also asking you questions. Then how to become the version of you that is already in that relationship. Again, what are you providing to a man or to a relationship? Again, are you being warm, kind, compassionate, patient? Are you caring for yourself? Are you eating healthy? Or let's say, for instance, and this I know that many feminists won't agree with me, but girls, like, I need to say, this is my channel, so I'm gonna share my opinion because this is what I also advise to my girlfriends. When a man comes to your place, is your home clean? Are you cleaning your house properly? I know it sounds so basic, but a man looks at these things. And it's not for misogyny. So would you want to go to a house of a dude that is totally messy and not clean? Probably not. Hopefully not. I don't mean that you have to be obsessive compulsive about the cleaning or anything, but if you want to become kind of like wifey, high value, classy woman, a classy woman cares about the way her home is, cares again about the way she carries herself. Is your room tidy? Is your home tidy? Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to do the laundry and things like that? And many girls are like, there's so many women out there, I have a career, I don't have time to do this. They're so angry. Or they go, oh, he's gonna cook for me, he's gonna do it. A man can totally cook for you. A man can totally order the house and do all this stuff. You should be equal. You can even share the jobs. But if you're equal, you need to know how to do it too, not just him. It's not, and then this entire talk of manifesting someone and being with someone, I'm a queen, and you are doing self-concept affirmation saying, I'm a queen, I'm a queen, I'm a queen. And then all you want to do is to be with a slave. Not because people should be slaves at all. Obviously, it's a bad metaphor in and of itself, but you are searching for a king, not for someone that you can dominate. You're searching for someone like a man that behaves like a queen, like a king, that provides for you, that protects you, that takes care of you in a manly way. So as a woman, how do you think you're gonna take care of him? Because a relationship, in my opinion, is about both of you guys take care of each other. You are both team players. It's not, I'm a queen, I'm pretty, and I don't do anything. And I don't take care of my man because he has to do all the job. Doesn't work this way, guys. This is very toxic. Toxic femininity and a toxic, unhealthy thing that even if you manifest with the law of assumption an ideal partner, you won't be able to keep it because you don't live in that reality where you already possess those qualities yourself to sustain that sort of relationship. So if you want a man that takes care of you, ask yourself, how am I going to take care of my man? And it's not just about, oh, I'm pretty or I'm compassionate and I'll listen to him. Sure, those are amazing qualities that you should possess. But practically speaking, how are you going to take care of him? When he comes back home or when you both come back home, what is the state of the house? This is what my dad taught me when I was a kid. It was like, you need to, and I'm Italian, okay? I come from a very old-fashioned sort of culture in this way. Italian girls, they teach us how to cook and how to clean when we're small because they teach us how to become wifey in the first place. And I know that this sounds very traditional, but girls, if you listen to this sort of advice and stop listening to the crap that you hear on TikTok, you're gonna get a man, and a really good man, because this is what men want. They want classy, sexy, nice, compassionate, kind ladies that know how to take care of them. And you don't need to be masculine in order to take care. And it has to do with manifestation because you're changing your self-concept and behaving, thinking, and acting as the version of you that is wifey. Now, so many of you guys will probably don't like this video or say things like, yeah, but I want to, this is a limiting belief because I'm supposed to act in the way that I want and I will manifest him to like everything about me. For sure, you can do that. And there are many people that are in marriages and relationships where women don't cook, don't clean, don't do anything, don't take care of their bodies, or they only take care of their bodies and their social media presence, and they don't do all this other stuff that I said. But I talked to this man, a majority of men in this relationship, they do complain that their girls don't do that. They stay because they love them, but it's not equal. I don't see equality in this. I don't see equality in having femininity or females that are extremely aggressive towards men. They hate men. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to take care of them. And they just assume that by being pretty, that's enough. I don't think that's enough for a man, and that shouldn't be enough for a woman. A relationship should be equal. So yet again, the new version of you lives in the ideal relationship that you want. So yes, do the affirmation, do the scripting, do the love list, but practical advice, become the person that you want to date. And you will find a good man. You will find even a good girl. Sorry for the guys that are watching this video. You will find a good man and you will keep it. Because you are becoming the person that you want to date. Stop blaming things outside of yourself. Yet again, do you want a man that slips around? No, don't do that. Do you want a guy that takes care of you? Learn how to take care of a man. Do you want someone that is committed? Then become not only commit to yourself in that sense, but see yourself from the eyes of the guy that is dating you. Would you commit to yourself? What are you bringing to the table? How are you presenting yourself? How are you talking to a man? And look at yourself. Really look deeply at yourself and see what are you presenting. And then stop comparing this thing with your previous relationship. Because you say, I always behave super well, Nia. I already have all these things and still I didn't find it. Try again and look for the good man perhaps somewhere else from where you're coming from. Because maybe you have a pattern of attracting a certain kind of person or assuming certain things that is still manifesting not very good quality man in your life. Okay, this video has been so long. It's been almost 30 minutes and I still want to talk about this because the amount of unhealthy, toxic femininity advices that I heard on TikTok and on social media is outstanding. And I don't think that I do not want to be represented by these women. And I'm a feminist in a sense that I do want equality in my relationship. I'm independent. I earn my money. I have my own career. But that doesn't mean that I have to be aggressive. That doesn't mean that I have to listen to these advices. And another advice, stop for manifesting your ideal relationship and become the new version of yourself. Stop taking advice from people or women that are angry and single. What they manifest, and this is not for judging them, no, not at all, but you want to become the version of you that is already in a healthy relationship. And if you are going to take advice from people that are single and are angry towards men, how are you going to do that? Take advice from people that are already in a healthy relationship, that they are married or in a beautiful, committed relationship, healthy relationship. Take those advice from those people. Do not take dating advice, relationship advice from the internet. Well, from people that talk in that way, or from TikTok. That's not a good source of information for you. And this is your life, guys. So when you're taking an advice from TikTok, from this thing that looks cool and sounds trendy in the meantime, you're taking it as a belief system and as an assumption, which will later on manifest into your reality through your behavior, thoughts, and action, and through the mirror reality. This is your life. Don't allow other people to screw it up, because they are putting in you advices that are really not great. Be careful, okay? So again, probably not a lot of people will like my traditional point of view about this, but I'm really super tired to see online this mentality of women like, I'm a high value woman and everyone, and I don't need a man. I really don't agree with this. It's like, this is not attractive. It's simply not. It's really simply not. It's very sad to see a society where empowerment of femininity is symbolized by aggression, by intimidation, and by objectifying men as objects in order to get things or material acquirements. Yeah, I don't think that that's female empowerment whatsoever. I think female empowerment is being classy, being put together, having high morals and standards, knowing how to carry yourself, how to speak in a classy, educated way, and not to be confrontational or high drama. And I think this, and being warm, I think this is female empowerment, not the opposite. But that's just my opinion, of course. And sorry for being so practical, but I think that sometimes we have to put practical advice to manifestation in order to have a way to behave and improve our manifestations as well. So let me know if you like this sort of videos, even if they are super long. Comment down below. Next video, I will talk more about manifestation, quantum physics, and the thing that we talk about all the time. And on Patreon, again, I do make extra video weekly. Let me know your thoughts, guys. We don't have to agree on anything, but let me be me a list on my channel. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video and hit the ring bell button. And for DM coaching, the link is also down below. I love you guys. Bye.